Anyways, I am back. Yes, and I am. I also do need a haircut at some point. Um, but yeah, as you can see from the Stacko games beside me, um, there is 17 games here that are all imports, and there's still 20 or 21 games still on that shelf, which aren't imports. But I do want to say I do have some imports still coming, but they aren't what I would consider hard to get imports, because they're basically Japanese versions of games that I can get here in North America, which is Pokemon Shining Pearl, Metroid Prime, and Let's Go Eevee. All three of those I have coming via eBay from Japan, so they should be here in the next little bit. But like I said, they're not. I wouldn't consider them exclusives to import. But I do have those coming. So I do want to mention that. So 90, actually no, basically 99% of this stack here, except for two, I bought from PlayAsia, except for two. I do have my list sitting up on my other monitor, so I can obviously double check all of the names and everything, and where I bought them and how much I paid for them. So I was, for the two that I bought off of, two of them I bought off of Amazon, so I was going back and forth over the last few days about including them, because I didn't technically import them. They were already within Canada, but they are exclusive to Japan. So even though I technically didn't import them, they are import exclusives. So I did end up adding them to the list, or to the stack beside me. Which actually, these two games that I'm looking at right now, I have played the first one a little bit on the channel. And these two games are both visual novels. I actually have all my visual novels I have, except for one. Except for one I imported, which is kind of funny. And the one that I didn't import is Nurse Love Obsession. That one I got off of Amazon. All these are from different regions. Most of them, I would say, are from Japan. There are a couple from Asia that are in here, but I would say the majority of them are from Japan. Well, it's actually, I believe, a mix, actually. But yeah, so the two that I'm looking at right now, or at least the top one, and its sequel, are the first two Japanese Switch games I actually ended up buying for the Switch. So let's grab both of them, because I bought them at the same time, so it makes sense to talk about them together. Oh wait, do I even have? Did I end up grabbing? I think it's in here. I hope. If not, it's just back on the wall behind me. So we have both Foo Girls games that are out for the Switch. Again, a little bit weird shall we say, at least for the first one. But again, I wanted something that was a little bit different in the collection. Behind me, not like I have a lot of like your main sort of stuff, like your Marios, your Pokemon, actually, I don't have any Zelda physically, but I do have Breath of the Wild digitally, so that sort of stuff, like your main sort of games. But again, I did want to add some other stuff to the collection that people may or may not really know about. And that's why I like doing one-off videos and stuff like that, to sort of see if I should be doing more of it. And to showcase some games that people may or may not know exist, or might have forgotten existed in some cases. So, yeah. So, I paid for both of these $69.97 each. So total was about $150, I think it was, like almost $160 for both. I do need to get back to the first game at some point. I do need to actually get back to playing it, and so that is the first two imports for the Switch that I actually have. They are kind of difficult to find. I was lucky enough to find them on Amazon, but they are kind of tricky to find, and they can get kind of expensive. $70 for each is debatable if it's reasonable or not. But yeah, I am enjoying the first game, even though I haven't played it much recently. This one probably could get the video demonetized. Even though technically I'm not at that stage yet, but this is the first game that I ordered, actually, and there's a ton in here. Like I said, there's like 15 games or something. Yeah. That are all from PlayAsia. So, the next 5 games are also from 2024, is when I ordered them. These two I also ordered back in 2024 as well. I ordered them in November, and they arrived in December because of, shall we say, a mail situation at the time. But this one is bit of could get a little bit difficult to get a hold of. So I wanted to basically get it before it becomes basically very, very hard to get a hold of and expensive. And it's actually not super cheap either. Again, I have played this a little bit already, but not on the channel, just because I know it could be I would have to age restrict it, which I've only done, I think, twice since running the channel, which was, the first one was a full run through of Resident Evil 7, which I didn't do. It was a buddy of mine's video that I did for him back in like 2016 or something, and then I put everything together for one big video and I uploaded it. I had to age restrict it just due to the commentary, unfortunately. But Tokyo Clanpool, like I said, it's sort of a weird dungeon sort of RPG type of thing. It does play in English, which is nice. All of these games do play either in English or have English subtitles. Any game that I buy that is not from the US or Europe, i.e. from PlayAsia, excuse me, has to have English, or else I don't even consider it. Even if it's a cheap game, like $20, I wouldn't even consider it, even if it doesn't have because it doesn't have English, and I need to have English. So yeah, so I paid about $60 for it. So not the cheapest game that I'm going to be talking about. I do have a few games that are like around like $24-25, but I do have a lot that are like 60. So if you can get a hold of this game before it gets very hard to get a hold of, I recommend it, because there is definitely some issues right now around the new sort of terms and service on the Switch, and so yeah, so when I heard about this game potentially being banned on the Switch due to the nature of the game, I was like, okay, I need to get that game immediately. Just because I didn't know how hard it was going to eventually get a hold of. Like, I have a few games in my 360 collection that were easily available, but just took forever to find. Like, we're talking months in some cases to find. So the next game we have Love Comedy Trilogy. Again, done in the same order with Tokyo Clampool. This one is, yeah. So again, I haven't played it. This is, I think, a visual novel, I think. Give me a second here to double check that here. There we go. What are you? Yep, it is a visual novel. Yeah, and I paid about $40 for it, $39 for it, so it's like 3 games in one sort of thing. Again, has English, haven't actually played it. Ironically, a lot of the games I have are from East Asia. East Asia Soft is the developer, I guess. So yeah, a little bit of a weird game, visual novel sort of thing. Like I said, I haven't played most of these games yet. I do need to actually get around to play some of them. There's a few in here that I have played. Like I said, Food Girls I have played a little bit of. Tokyo Clampool I've played a little bit of. Actually on an airplane, actually, recently, back in February, actually. So this is... Actually, what I'm going to do, actually, is I'm going to pull up PlayAsia, just so then I can actually remember what region they're from. God damn it. It's like I'm already signed in, and when I need to switch... there you go. Yeah. So we have Counter Blaze again. This is a what is this? This is a shoot 'em up, and you can only get the Asian version. Actually, this is the Asian version, as you can tell from the rating system down there at the bottom. Again, haven't really played it. It wasn't that badly priced. For some reason now, it's like Well, it's actually a little bit cheaper now than when I bought it. I paid $54 for it, $53.97 for it. Yeah, so not the cheapest, game in this order here. But like I said, I do try to buy a few more games than I typically would otherwise. And a couple of them have actually jumped in price since I've ordered. For example, Death Road to Canada, which is a PlayAsia exclusive, by the way. Same with Tokyo Clampool is also a PlayAsia exclusive. I've actually been wanting to play this game for a while, but I've just never been able to find it until recently through PlayAsia. And this one is actually one of the cheaper ones that I've ordered. This one was about $24, but right now, as of recording, from PlayAsia, it's like it's about $39 basically. So jumped up a little bit in price since I've ordered. Then we have the last one from this order. This is not a PlayAsia exclusive. What I needed to do is hold this back up. Okay. We have Death Smile 1 and 2. Yes. Again, I have played a little bit of this on the airplane when I was traveling. This is the US version. It's an ESRB version. The reason why it's an ESRB is because when I was looking at ordering it, I was looking at the Japanese version, but it was like $200. This still wasn't cheap. This was like $67. But so technically it shouldn't be on the list because it's not a Japanese version, but I did import it, so I'm counting it. And this is a shoot 'em up. So yeah, so like I said, so $67 for it. So not hyper expensive. I do have some games later on in here that are $80 plus sort of thing. And like I said, I have played a little bit of it as well. Then we have let me just pull up the list here. We have Okami, yes. And for some reason, this is an import exclusive. They never did a US version. But again, it does play in English. I've actually wanted to play this for a long time. Back on like the 360 days. But I was just never able to get a hold of it. But obviously this is the HD remaster. So I do want to play this actually before the sequel comes out. So super happy to have this in the collection. Some of the games I have in the list behind me, or the games that are sitting behind me, are either ones that I've wanted to play for a while or ones that I've wanted to add to the collection, basically. Before they jump up in price. Like, there's a few in here that I have that are later on in here that are like $100, and I'm like, I don't want them to get to the point of Super Mario 3D All-Stars where they're like $200 for a used copy. I don't want to do that. So there are a couple in here. We have Shantae Half Genie Hero Ultimate Edition. This again is the Japanese version, because the ESRB version from Amazon is like $69, so like over $70. So I'm like, you know what? I'll just pick up a Japanese copy. Has English. And this actually arrived pretty recently. Actually, arrived on the 28th of February, so not actually that long ago. Alongside Okami as well. Yeah, so I do have this in the collection. This one was $37.48, so a heck of a lot cheaper than going with the ESRB version. If you're still looking for it, I recommend the Japanese version. It's a heck of a lot cheaper, plays in English. Then we have Shantae, Seven Sirens, again, the Japanese version. Because Limited Run did a version of this. It's $143. Yeah. This was $52.47, so heck of a lot cheaper, like over half price basically. So again, if you're looking for it, get the Japanese version. Okay. Then we go to this one. There we go. So again, I typically don't, when it comes to games, if the game does have a sequel, like Food Girls 2 Civil War, the next two games I'm going to talk about, I typically don't pick up the sequel unless it's a decent price, and I can actually get it at the same time. Like, for example, when I picked up Food Girls and Food Girls 2 Civil War, I picked up the sequel same day in the same order, because I'm like, I don't know how often I would come across the sequel on Amazon, let alone together. And I was very, very surprised I was able to get Food Girls and Food Girls 2 on Amazon. I thought I would have had it gone through eBay, but nope, I was able to get them from Amazon. So the next four actually were sort of around the holidays. Panic in Sweetland, Maid of the Dead, and Gunvolt Chronicles Luminous Avenger IX2. I picked up all at the same time alongside Luminous Avenger IX. All at the same time, because at the time, 3 games from PlayAsia for $100. So, decent price there. But I'm still going to talk about them. I actually have started to play a little bit of Chronicles X. The Out of Gunvolt. Again, very fun game. Really weird. It seems sort of like a Mega Man type of game, at least from what I can tell at the moment. I haven't, again, gone super far into it. Again, plays in English. So we might actually do a video on that later in the week, maybe. But very, very fun cover art. Then we have IX2. Yes, again. So Chronicles Luminous Avenger IX, I paid $48. I can't read for a second. The sequel was part of the 3 games for $100. So that one was, I can tell you because I pulled the price afterwards, was like $28 basically. Yeah. For the Japanese version. For the US version, you're looking at like $90 basically, basically $100. So if you're looking for it, get the Japanese version, plays in English. Then we have one of the very few Asian games in my collection is this one, which is Panic in Sweetland, which again I have not actually played. As you can tell, the cartridge is still in the case. And this one is, I haven't written actually down any of the genres. This is a beat 'em up type of one, so yeah. So those are that from that order. Then we have the last couple games actually. Oh, actually, hold on a second here. There's one I actually missed. Actually, from that last order I talked about. Excuse me. Maid of the Dead. Yes. Again, this is an Asian version, but it's the English cover for it. Again, I haven't played it, but there's the cartridge. It is, I think, a shoot 'em up. I think. Yep, shoot 'em up. It does play in English. So I do really need to actually do more videos on these types of games. Now, these are the last two from PlayAsia, and then the last one is from eBay, which both the last two actually are visual novels, and they are kind of expensive. We have Nightshade, yes. Again, it does play in English, English text. Again, very, very highly rated, very well reviewed. Haven't played it, but again, I wanted to jump on it, even though it is a stupid price, before it jumps even higher to the point where it's well over $100. I didn't pay that for this. So I paid $82.46. So if we look at eBay right here, right now, we're looking at around 75 to like well over $100 for it. So, and I paid 82 for it, so not bad. And the last one we're going to talk about is actually I should have gotten it from eBay instead of PlayAsia. Is Steam Prison. Again, another highly recommended, reviewed visual novel. Expensive. I paid $100 for it, $100.46. But going to eBay right now, you can get it for like anywhere between $70 to $80 basically. Up as much as $100 and like basically $70 plus basically, depending. Yeah. So it does have a sequel, Beyond the Steam, which I could have gotten as well at the same time, but I didn't want to spend even more. So like I said, this last one, I did get off of Amazon, or off of eBay, excuse me, just because I couldn't get on PlayAsia. Unfortunately. So this one I ordered a while ago. like a long time ago. Like I ordered it all the way back in um, in um, January, and you can't even get it on PlayAsia. Like I'm on their site right now. They have a different they don't even have this game anymore on their site. The only one that they do have is, let me just pull it up here. I'm just trying to find the cover for it. Is Labyrinth of Refrain, Coven of Dusk. Whereas this one is the Fruit of Grisaia trilogy. So it's 3 games in one. This is actually one of the more expensive games I have in the collection behind me. This one was in the video that I put up on Sunday. Basically games that are like $80 and up. I did mention in that video that Final Fantasy 1 to 6 Pixel Remaster at the time of order wasn't $80. I didn't pay anywhere near $80 for it. I paid like $70 for it. But it typically is over $80, so that's why I included it. But yeah, like I said, I wanted to get this before it gets even more stupid, and I paid what did I pay for it? Like, yeah, I paid after like total price after conversion, because I paid US for it, plus the import and stuff on top of it. It was basically a $111 game. Yeah. So, because it's, I think, 3 games. So, oops. So that's about $37 each for each 3 games. But they're all in one cartridge. But if you divide the price by how many games, it's about $37 a game, basically. So not too bad if you look at it that way, but still kind of pricey. But yeah, like I said, I still do have some games coming. I have Metroid Prime Remastered coming, which is a Japanese version. I have Pokemon Shining Pearl coming. Let's Go Eevee coming. So those are the 3 Japanese games I'm still waiting for from eBay. And then I also have Hollow Knight coming from Fangamer. But those are all of the Switch imports that I have. I do have a few others sitting behind me. I have Halo 3 for the 360, which is a Japanese version. I have Rage, again, which is a Japanese version, which is the same guys who do Doom and Quake, so it's id Software. And then I also have a Japanese copy of The Godfather. So, yeah, we'll probably do Rage or something later this week, I guess, or this month, I guess. But those are, for all intents and purposes, the 17 Switch games that I have imported at the moment. Most of them are import only. There's only, I think, a handful of them that you can get from other sites, like, but for the most part, these are the massive stack of import Switch games I have. So, yeah, like I said, I will be doing a full not sort of a review, but full, I guess, collection update. If you guys want me to do a full collection update to sort of show everything that I have, the last like 20 plus games I have in the collection, plus the 17 that I have sitting behind me, I'll do it. I just need to pull them all down, which can take a minute. But yeah, I'm thinking probably doing it maybe Friday. No, sorry, Friday. I'm streaming Friday night. I might do it Thursday. Yeah, I might do it Thursday. Because I do have a couple games arriving on Thursday, which is my stuff from Limited Run. So, yeah. Anyways, bye-bye.